welcome to today's session of Around the Block Industry Talk with Ms. Priyanka Kamath. My name is Supriya from IDS, and I'm delighted to be your host for this exciting discussion on the latest trends and insights in the blockchain industry. Around the Block aims to create a dynamic platform where founders, representatives, and influential personalities from the blockchain space share their expertise and foster valuable connection. We are delighted to introduce Ms. Priyanka Kamath, the founder and CEO of 100 Girls in Blockchain. Priyanka's journey from system engineer to startup founder showcases her dedication to empowering young women in AI and blockchain. With over 12 years of experience in tech consulting roles at the World Bank and PepsiCo, she has achieved several milestones. Priyanka led the first Gen AI cohort with AWS for 100 girls across India and was named one of the top 100 women in Web3 and AI at the Token 2049 Singapore. She was the first woman founder from South India selected for Ethereum Denver in 2022 and won the RBI's Blockchain Hackathon for Rural Women's Financial Inclusion. Recognized by Stanford BASS 23, she was invited to the NYSE by virtualness.io and selected by GHE for Rural Development and Impact Innovation. Her commitment to build skill equity through digital programs in 2010 is transforming the tech landscape and creating lasting impacts on communities and the future of technology. So, without further ado, let's dive into our discussion. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Priyanka Kamath. Hi, Priyanka.
Hi, Supriya. Wow. I mean, can you come with me everywhere so we can do that kind of an introduction? It's so
Sure,
heartwarming to know
sure,
that
sure. Why not?
the
Thank you
journey
so
has
much.
been so stellar. Yeah, thank you so much for highlighting all of this.
Priyanka, to kickstart, our audience wants to know how was girls 100 girls in blockchain established, and how does the organization aim to empower young women in blockchain industry?
Absolutely, very pivotal questions here. Starting with 100 Girls in Blockchain, it's truly a passion project. I keep saying to all my stakeholders, this is the legacy that I will be remembered by. And I think I've told in so many um, like podcasts and sessions that 100 Girls is dedicated to my grandma who turned 100 in 2022. That's the same
Oh,
year I became a CEO as well, and I wanted to do something which takes a legacy of selflessness and kindness forward. Supriya, I
great.
won't believe she's someone who used to cook for the entire village selflessly, no
Oh,
questions asked. If you come to our house, there's always food on the table. So this is one way of giving the selflessness aspect, but we are doing this through solving the economic independence for girls. While we are 42% of girls graduating in STEM in India, we're still like number one compared to the global numbers with US and Canada. But as you grow through the career trajectory, there's a steep decline, and this number falls down up to 14% almost. So this is where we need to kind of start these young kids to build right from the foundational age, so they find that true passion and ikigai for
yeah.
technology and equity. And this is where we're bringing platforms via 100 Girls in blockchain for these young adults.
Amazing, amazing. Sounds really interesting. So, can you share more about your journey from being a system engineer to becoming a founder of 100 Girls in Blockchain?
Absolutely. So I loved starting my journey from Wipro. That's where the whole philanthropic angle also started, because when I got my first job and I was very much still engaged in the digital literacy
Mm,
campaigns across Hyderabad. That's where I live. So through all the shelter homes of Hyderabad, what we did was we used to do these digital campaigns on how to get girls on their first wave of website building, or the first wave of just basic MS stack,
mm,
right?
mm, mm, mm,
And from there we went on to deploy these amazing Wipro PCs. Not many people know that Wipro is also into the manufacturing side. And we deployed these PCs in one of the shelter homes. You could still see it. It's Amanvedika Rainbow Home, and it's set up by that was set up by the government. And we thought, hey, let's amp up and actually start doing these digital literacy programs, just so that the girls in the shelter homes can actually come out of the shelter homes, because they would be independent just by building websites, right? That basic literacy was missing. So that's how the journey started. And then through Wipro, I got my first opportunity, tech consulting with America. I came on my H1B, and there was no stopping since then, because, I'd done tech consulting gigs with Novartis, World Bank, PepsiCo. And then when the pandemic hit, I came back home because, I was myself facing a lot of breathing issues, and a lot of health recovery was needed at that point. So I took a break. Although my love for technology always remained, and I kept tinkering, how do I blend my worlds of education and technology? And that's when my first startup arose, which is SkillX. It's the skill recommendation engine for any student to come on to tech. So I was an electrical engineer, and then I moved to computer science, right? So this it took me like 10 years to get there, to finally become an entrepreneur, right? So the journey from systems engineer to becoming a web developer, to a product manager, to a cybersecurity executive, and then getting onto entrepreneurship, like nobody should take so many hops, I feel, because you need to find your ikigai as soon as possible and work towards that, because that will give you the most fulfillment.
Yes, but still the journey is really inspiring, because it shows the continuous growth and continuous thirst for learning new things. So that's definitely going to inspire a lot of students who is listening to this session right now. So moving ahead, could you elaborate on the specific initiatives and programs offered by 100 Girls in Blockchain to educate and upskill young women in blockchain technology?
Absolutely. So we did start with, one of the most prolific programs, which was actually led by BHub. It's the first female incubator in in India, which is state governed. So BHub had organized this incredible event called Build the Future. And I actually went in as an educator, where we were doing grassroots innovation with low-code, no-code tools in blockchain. So it could be legit, like, grassroots level projects, like getting the artisans on chain. How do you actually ensure that you're eliminating middlemen, through these decentralized technologies, and able to build that track and trace architecture for the artisans to earn more money? In fact, this project is, now live with virtualness.io. We are doing these projects with the Odisha artisans with virtualness. So I'm really, kudos to those girls for bringing. These are like high schoolers, aged from 12 to 15, who actually thought of this idea. And it takes execution to get to the final milestone. So it took us a lot of while to get there, but it's a collective effort. So I always give kudos to my girls. And the other project that we did was building skill authentication. So there was NFT program rewards that were built in for every particular student in that particular cohort. We had Polygon testnet tokens actually, given out to all these kids, so they understand the evolution of money from fiat to tokenization, and how, decentralized ledgers will actually play a part when they grow up as full-blown adults, right? So it's going to take time, but I think within 5 years from now, we'll be seeing new paradigms of internet coming on DLT, because of these kind of efforts that we do at foundation level. Nice. So that was one. So what we do is, annually we do a very immersive cohort where we take up, either smart contract building, or we are doing LLMs, or we're doing low-code, no-code cohorts, right? So this annual program is immersive 3 months. And then throughout the year, for the rest 9 months, what we do is technically go to colleges, do workshops, because education is like the biggest awareness of it. In fact, it was in Bharat Blockchain Yatra, we did minting of the skill currency, which is technically take any student and their passion for whatever they have, be it arts, be it cricket, be it making jewelry, right? You are able to monetize these skills on blockchain. So what we made them do is technically put their, like, jewelry design. If they have a
Hmm.
jewelry design, they put it on this particular platform.
Hmm.
We chose, at that point of time, we chose OpenSea because that was predominantly known. So we showed them how to do, their wallet setup, how to integrate their MetaMask wallet with OpenSea, how do you even price your NFT right, and how do you actually monetize your skill as a NFT so that becomes a passive income. While we were doing this, I was in fact approached by Kirtika Reddy, the CEO of Virtualness, and she has built this incredible Gen AI meets blockchain platform, which does even the design aspects of it, which even
Okay.
does, like, community building aspects of it. You don't have to worry about cracking distribution. So technically, you get on Virtualist, you are able to go and monetize your skills as a creator. Now, say I like doing 3D avatars, and that's how I made my first 3D avatar as an educator called Pringsatron. You can go
Hmm.
look it up in OpenSea. So,
Yeah, sure.
and that was picked up by a Board Ape Yacht Club member. And I was like, look, if this can be picked up, then I think I should be doing more of 3D avatars and monetize. So I will be going to Kirtika Reddy's platform, virtualist.io,
Hmm.
and making more of these avatars, monetizing them. So that way I don't have to give up my skills, which is my creative skills, just
Hmm.
for the sake of, my job that I'm doing, right? I can blend both my worlds where I can start building channels of revenue through my existing skills. So I think this will be the biggest takeaway for our students. In fact, for the students of India, with the kind of competition we have, there's 17 million
Yeah.
students graduating every year. So you
Yes.
have to be creme de la creme and top. So what do you do if you don't have so many jobs? You go to our platform, mint your skills, start earning from day one, and we'll show you how to build your community and sell your products there.
Wow. So many things is happening, and it's very interesting to know about all these things. And hope all our students are learning a lot from you, Priyanka. I can listen to you the entire day. It's that interesting.
So kind.
So,
Thank
how does 100 Girls in Blockchain collaborate with industry partners and stakeholders to create new opportunities for girls in blockchain sector?
Right. Very critical question. And really, this lies in the holy, trifecta of industry, governance, and academia. We started our journey in the most thriving ecosystem of startups, which is
Hmm.
Hyderabad. And
Hmm.
literally, the kind of work we've done with Triple ID Hyderabad, like my first inception for farmer projects where we were tokenizing, crops. We did a millet traceability solution, presented it to Algorand. So all of that ideation will happen in Triple IT Hyderabad, and
Hmm.
they have a very integral, like, deep tech ecosystem plugged in from the central India to, the state government. So that way we were able to bridge our industry, academia, and governance aspects. The other part of this is also, our startup getting picked up by Stanford Seed, and they technically open doors to creme de la creme colleges. So, right from Baylor Institute of Technology to IIT Bombay, they've opened doors for us. So that's how we get, like, any kind of research related aspects, any kind of deep dive into how can, DLT technologies be dumbed down to a level where a student sitting in, like, first year of mechanical engineering also can understand it. So those kind of aspects we are really focused on. And coming to the industry side of it, again, like, because I have about 12 years of experience within the industry, then all literally my entire circle, uh, 99% is IT centric. So
Hmm.
every person that I meet is either in a fan company or they have, like, a startup of themselves. So what we do is technically take these startup projects within our network, make our students build it through these cutting edge technologies. And that way we are actually bridging that industry and academia gap, right? We've seen a very archaic education system. And
Hmm.
how do we start building our students for the workforce of tomorrow? You outsource these projects from these startups. You take these projects in a very minuscule way, right, even right off your network, right? So there are so many NGOs out there, grassroots folks who don't have that much of a tech prowess. So we are there to provide that kind of technology prowess to you. So if you're saying, look, you don't know how to build a startup recommendation engine which can give you ideas, we'll tell you how to do it with low code, no code. If you tell us you want a diet plan because there is a certain PCOS involved for a certain girl, we tell you how to build a diet plan through technology. And through our network, we also have, deep expertise connects. So I would love to, give a shout out to Saju Jain, who's a ex Harvard alumni, very much in the ecosystem for education. We have Shiva Garu, who's like the CEO of MaxPay. He's doing one of the most magnanimous fintech payments, getting street vendors on blockchain, and actually they wouldn't know that there is so much of technology behind when they're doing that kind of identity transaction, right? And for again, like for crops and agriculture sustainability, we have Satish Padolkar. He's again based out of Singapore. And for healthcare, we work closely with Dr. Tanmay Modiwala, who's one of the top pediatric surgeons in India. So agri, healthcare, finance, and education. These are the four aspects that four pillars that we feel are the economic drivers to contribute to that 10 trillion economy. And that's how we pick up projects from these particular sectors, make our students do it. This way they get experience of, live track record of doing a project, and they're able to be workforce ready.
Great, great. This shows how you are continuously helping the students to bridge the gap between the industry and academia. Moving ahead, let's discuss the significance of milestone achieved by 100 girls in blockchain, such as leading the first high schooler cohort for blockchain in India and piloting skill currency in Bharat blockchain.
Right, definitely these are the milestones, because when I went into the cohort, again I have to give a shout out to VHub and Illuminated DAO. Illuminated DAO is led by Ashreya, again one of my dear friends, and she does digital identity management, and she was like, Priyanka, you should hop on board and let's do this cohort. So technically she was leading it. I was there mentoring, educating the students. And what we did was we took the most lucrative projects there, which we thought, look, these students don't know if they will understand these kind of nitty-gritties from helping a self-help group in rural village, where how you can actually do these menstrual kit deployments, like menstrual kit. You basically send it to 17,000 rural women. But in today's day and times, there's still middlemen who are actually buying that and selling that for money.
Correct.
And it's only through, the three pillars, the trifecta of blockchain, that this kind of problems can be solved, right? So you have a proof of personhood in place. You have a track and trace architecture where it's immutable and it's hacker proof. So you're able to ensure that the proof of personhood, so the person who's claiming that has got the kit is actually the one who has claimed it, right? Like, is actually the one who owns that particular claim. So these kind of problems, we thought, look, these are high schoolers, will they understand? But it's actually them who went and did 3 months of research. And, we started the cohort in October. And within these 3 months, they've gone and actually spoken to rural women. They've gone and spoken to rural artisans, done the research, understood the pain point from the customers, and actually built solutions for them. This is all on low code, no code. So if people think there are barriers for you to come into blockchain, look, there are 15-year-old folks who've already done it on low code, no code. And we are so proud that they could attempt, these are global complex challenges, right? And whoever is cynical about the next future generation shouldn't be, because they are the brighter versions of us. So that was one, milestone. And like I was saying, the Artisans on Chain is now in production live with Virtualness, and Virtualness operates in like more than 75 countries. So we are so proud to actually have that kind of a visibility for Indian artisans saving the dying art forms as well. Coming to the next milestone, yes, Bharat Blockchain Yatra, the skill currency moment. It was truly, the moment I'd been waiting for, because um, skill itself is a currency.
Correct.
You have monetizable skills, you get marketable in the market. In today's workforce, right? You don't
Yes.
need to technically bank on this volatile market where AI is taking away jobs. There's so much competition with millions of students out there. So even in today's times, like IT is also not getting recruitments. Correct? We've
Correct.
seen that. I think only 36% of IIT Bombay has actually gotten the recruitment this time. So what does tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 college folks do, right? This is where
Hmm.
you take your charge in your hands, and you come onto our platform. We tell you how to build a skill currency momentum with the
Hmm.
skills you have. Say you even know how to build a basic website, we will show you how to build different ways of revenue channels through this particular community building. Because I think they already have 100,000 downloads, so that's how 100,000 folks were actually
Amazing.
daily actively using it.
Hmm.
And then you come through 100 Girls in Blockchain. We teach you low code, no code mechanisms. This takes about like 1 month of coaching, and then after 1 month
Hmm.
of coaching, you're ready to have your own store, which is a blockchain authenticated store. That means we're
Okay.
able to track how much of revenue you're earning,
Hmm.
how many folks have engaged with you. You can start building your brand presence and your community presence, right? Because
Hmm.
going into the future is going to be community led commerce. Like, I would rather believe what Supriya is
Hmm.
selling to me versus something which a brand logo, right? I would
Hmm.
believe the person versus a logo.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
these are the new waves of commerce that we are riding on, and we want
Hmm.
our students to be on the forefront of it.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Priyanka, for explaining so nicely. Moving ahead, can you share some success stories or testimonials from participants of 100 Girls in Blockchain program highlighting the impact and outcome they have experienced?
Yes, absolutely. So, like I was saying, our ideation began in Triple IT Hyderabad, and it was Ashna Dua, Prisha Arora, Vanshita Mahajan. All of them have actually, again, I feel these girls are so bright that no matter what, like, they would get placed. So, they've got in creme de la creme. Google, Microsoft, and Goldman Sachs as their, employers, and this was at a time when there's no jobs available.
Hmm.
Again, our top girls who
Hmm.
actually did the smart contract projects got awarded in Token 2049 by Sandy Carter. So it was amazing to see them just getting out into the workforce with the international recognition. I wish I had these kind of platforms back then. So that was about, our smart contract cohort. And then going forward with our LLM,
Hmm.
we actually, the girls who've done the agri project have already started receiving startup collaborations. We have
Wow.
AWS startups reaching out to them. We also have the Dhan Kanya project, which is the financial literacy bot with voice enabled automation. Potentially, it will go to 22 languages and 1600 dialects. Right now, it's 2 languages only, but
Mhm.
it's again integrated with the India Stack Bhashini API, and that's going to be a game changer. So this particular enterprise SaaS is receiving a lot of a lot of offers for integration as well.
Hmm.
So these are some of the testimonials, right from smart contracts to the LLM builders. In fact, so many of our girls, Suhana from the Dhankanya team has gotten a PepsiCo internship through a PepsiCo program. So she's been selected in that. One of our other girls has been selected in S&P Global 500, and just all the prestigious, folks you can think of in industry and startups are giving our girls a platform because they proved themselves. It was just a matter
Hmm.
of giving them
Correct.
the platform.
Correct. Correct.
And
Absolutely agree with that. So what are the core objectives and long-term goals for 100 Girls in Blockchain, and how do you envision the organization evolving in the future?
right. Supriya, as I was saying, this is a legacy project. I feel if Priyanka is there, Priyanka is not there, 100 Girls is going to go on, because that's the momentum started by the girls. These when you say what is the product we are selling, we are selling the brains, we're selling the giga brains. We're saying come utilize our youth of the nation to build for good. So it's basically make in India for the globe, because we have a global talent that can be leveraged, and this is how we are building that kind of a platform, right? Where we are solving for economic independence. So the first salary that the girl will be earning will be through this platform, because of their skills. So it's up to them. It's limitless. The sky is limitless, as they say. They can earn up to as much ever based on how many classes they give, what are the skills they bring. And as they say, high leverage, high skill will always lead you to making that $10,000 per hour dream that everyone says. But I'm sure the girls can crack it. We've seen some of our top 3 girls already growing magnanimously across India. So one is solving economic independence for the girls. So we hope that the first skill currency that they earn will be from 100 Girls in Blockchain. The second, the long-term vision, right? It's building tech equity for those 25 million girls dropping out of schools because they have no infrastructure. This was our vision right from day one. And I think with the kind of technology we are building, that's the only way to scale to those 25 million. It's not like, look, Priyanka is going to go and teach all the 25 million. It's about the tools that we are building that will go teach those 25 million girls. If they don't have a proper infrastructure due to lack of it's because of these menstrual hiccups, lack of infrastructure in rurals, that they drop out of school. So we are like, look, we have voice enabled automation that can even transcend like a basic phone. You have like 2 GB internet with 2 gigs. Thanks to Geo, we can transcend this information where the girls can start learning skills that are monetizable. So they can sit at the comfort of the house and start doing this. Again, it's going to be 22 languages, 1600 dialects, and we are very, very proud of that.
Amazing, amazing. So, in your opinion, what are the key challenges and opportunities for women in the blockchain industry right now, and how does 100 Girls in Blockchain address them?
Absolutely. So I believe what opportunity is technically, your talent needs luck also, because this we operate in cycles. The blockchain industry is going through a rough time. I think a lot of underpinning has been done by, there were so many scams. There were so many rug pulls. I'm very protective of my girls to not get into those loops. And that's why, although we are building SaaS, we will put it on the blockchain authenticated storefront, but we will be building AI SaaS. So I just want to be really clear on that. And the opportunities in blockchain technically, is interdisciplinary. If you have a good engineering expertise, if you're great at programming, go try to find that passion area where you want to solve problems. For me, it's always been at the intersection of, education, sustainability. So I would encourage folks to look at those real world assets that they can tokenize and actually bring on, because it's a $1 trillion opportunity right there, right? So right from tokenizing crops, say like how you harvest mangoes from farm, to have you supply a mango papad in supermarket, right? The entire D2C supply chain can be brought on chain, where you're eliminating middlemen. You're able to track how much water you've saved. You're able to track the kind of soil and the cross cultivation that you can do on that particular soil. You can predict natural disasters much much earlier, right? So all of this, again, I would say blockchain wouldn't be a standalone technology. You would have to couple it with AI, IoT, and then it becomes a robust technology. Really, the number one place that we see is DeFi, and I think Reserve Bank of India is doing a great job with the CBDC currency and its proliferation. We are already seeing pilots from HDFC and ICICI on CBDC. So I'm hoping that really picks off for the intra country trade, and we're able to bring down the costs of remittances as well because of CBDC. Supriya, are you there? Okay, I think we lost you. Shushma, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there. I will check
Yes.
with Supriya, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, sure. It seems stuck.
Yeah, hi Priyanka.
Hi, Supriya. Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
lost you
yeah.
there for a few minutes.
Yeah, for just for a few minutes, yeah.
Okay.
So Priyanka, so how does 100 Girls in Blockchain plan to expand its reach and scale its impact in the coming years?
Yes. Supriya, great questions on the expansion because it needs to be a multi-pronged approach. Like I was saying, it always sits on the industry, academia, and governance because without the academia, that's our main source. We are skilling the
Correct.
students. So we are working on partnerships with hopefully like it will be through Bharat Blockchain Yatra, and because you are all connected with the All India Council of Technological Education, right?
Yes.
AICTE. We would
Mm-hmm.
love to actually go operate on that level where we are able to bring the critical mass of students onto the breeding tech, and we are able to solve the economic independence problem, solve the financial independence problem, because they don't need to depend on markets. So the other ones who will be selling are, the other side of the spectrum would be the industry. So we would have to partner with the big tech folks where we can actually take their tools. Say, Amazon has come up with this amazing tool called Bedrock. So we are able to skill Bedrock and actually generate more employment also for these students. So it's going to be through the AI All India Council of Technological Education partnerships and through big tech partnerships where we can bridge the industry and academia gap.
Amazing, amazing. So, Priyanka, so you have told us a lot of things, and if someone wants to get involved with the projects and your organization, how can they be a part of it? How can they connect with you?
Yes, absolutely. So the best way would be LinkedIn.
Great.
We now go under 100 Girls in Generative AI, but please know that all of these SaaS is actually coming under a blockchain authenticated storefront. So when I say 100 Girls in Blockchain, AI is embedded. And again, our benefit is for the girls. Like, next, even if quantum comes, we will showcase the girls how to work on quantum. But the underlying, the skill authentication, the kind of rewards we are building, the community we are building, it's all on blockchain. So this is a Polygon authenticated platform. And we know these are like, the shining stars in the Indian and the global blockchain
Yes,
ecosystem. So we want to let them know that one day we'll be seeing that, all of us will be on blockchain, you will not even question it because it's baked into
correct.
the tool.
Yes.
So yeah, so the best way is LinkedIn. It's 100 Girls in Generative AI, 100 Giga. And please watch out for June 15th. You will have our website launch. You'll be able to log in directly from there. You will be able to access our projects that we've done and how to set up your own storefront on the blockchain authenticated stores, and actually be a store owner with us and start monetizing your skills.
Great, great, Priyanka. So, before we wrap up, so would you like to give any piece of advice to our budding women entrepreneur in blockchain, or just women entrepreneurs in general?
Oh, yeah, sure. Firstly, one day, Supriya, I hope this term woman entrepreneur goes away. We are all entrepreneurs. Gender just happens to,
Yes,
probably, yeah, I think women entrepreneurs are more multitaskers and more, they can take up anything that they can consume.
agree.
Like
Yeah.
technically
Mm.
anything you throw, you're able to overcome that. And I feel um, there are a lot of barriers that women feel because systemically as a country we've been told that these are our gender based roles. We are restricted to
Correct.
homes, we are restricted to kitchen. And once you hit 30s, you can't do anything in life. Please know, I'm in my 30s and this can be done. It's just a matter of setting the systems and coping mechanisms in place. I'm really grateful that I have a support system that helps me move forward. So build your support systems and go build that passion project. Don't let anything stop you, because it's not about a right path or a wrong path. It's about working towards it, and the path just opens up. And I always finish with
Correct.
one line saying that the law of life is the law of summed beliefs. So if you believe in yourself and you keep telling that to yourself that yes, you are doing good and you are on the right path, success will come to you. So the law of life is the law of summed beliefs.
Thank you, Priyanka, so much. You are inspiration for a lot of students who are going to listen to this session. And now I would like to invite our audience to join us by scanning the QR displayed on the screen. For any queries, feel free to reach out to us. Feel free to reach out to Ms. Priyanka Kamath on her official LinkedIn profile. We also encourage you to join our Discord community and follow us on social media to stay updated on future upcoming around the block sessions. So it's been a pleasure having you here, ma'am. And we hope you found this session, the students found this session informative and engaging. Thank you so much for joining and have a great day, ma'am.
Absolutely, Supriya. It's been a delight, and thank you for your time and attention and helping our message get out to the multitude of people out there. It's a momentum, so we need to join forces towards this mission. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Priyanka.